everybody. Okay, so we are gonna go thrifting today. I've got a couple of ideas of different lamps that I want to try to pull off for our bedroom. One of them I'm gonna be pouring concrete, and the other one I'm not really sure yet if it's actually gonna work out, but I've got this idea in mind from this inspiration picture that I found. So hopefully I can make this work, and hopefully this isn't too shaky or sound weird, but we're gonna head on into my local thrift store and get shopping. So don't forget to subscribe if you like DIYs, thrifting, and home improvement. I post every week and always have some crazy adventure to share, and I can't believe we're already up to 370 subscribers. You peeps rock! We've needed a new lamp in our bedroom since the old one died, but I gotta be honest, I'm just not feeling the design styles of table lamps these days. If you've been here for a while, you know I like beach vibes, but try putting beach-style lamp into a search. You'll end up with miles of twine or anchors, fish, and other kitsch. Now, don't get me wrong, I love kitsch, but not in my master bedroom. These cups will be perfect to create the lamp that I shared in the intro, but I still need to find something that will work with an already intact lamp kit, because the concrete lamp is inspired by this cutie from Article. It was kinda slim pickings at my local Goodwill. None of the lamps were exactly what I was looking for. Also, note the kitsch. Then I spied a few thinner ones, and I finally found what I wanted. Pretty small haul, but I got everything I was looking for. I really wish I could have found a second one of these lampshades, which I could not, but I'm gonna see what I can do to craft something if I need to. These cups are gonna get used, and then I've got these two lamps, so we'll see if the kit is still good. I really hope so. And then I just got some shirts for me. All right, heading home. Okay, so I've got slight complications, and I'm hoping that it doesn't completely kill this whole idea, but the rod does unscrew from the base, so that's really cool because that's really all I was looking for. But I didn't really notice the light bulb situation. These are tiny. It says max 40 watt type G. I don't know if you guys can read that. Probably not. It's not focusing. Come on, focus please. No. Max 40 watt type G, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research and go find me a couple of those, and I think what I'm gonna end up doing, because I only have the one lampshade, I think I'm gonna end up just making one for now. These are the two containers that I washed out to try out as the base of the table lamp, and I realized that neither of them resemble that Article lamp at all. That's okay though, I use that as a real loose inspo anyway. Any excuse to pour some concrete, am I right? I looked over some potential issues and the overall shapes. There were some dings and things like that, but nothing I couldn't work with. I took measurements so I could try to figure out how much mix I'd need. My pours don't always go smooth, but I'm trying to get better at estimating, which I didn't do great at this time, but it all worked out okay in the end, which you'll see in a minute. Anyway, once I had general measurements, I popped a new blade on my X-Acto and got cutting. This bottle is much thinner and easier to get through than my last pour. That was easy. I worked on the dent a little bit, but it isn't perfect. I'll just turn that corner to the back if this is the one that I end up using. But the next issue cropped up right after that. I can't detach the rod from the bulb part of the lamp, so I will need to attach the rod to the concrete. It's because the cord comes out of the post, the center thing here, not the base. Usually a cord will come out like the bottom of the base here underneath the entire lamp, but in this one that is not the case. And it even still has this little nub thing that pushes in to protect the cord. So once I unscrew this from this base, I have this much space here to like sink into the concrete and probably use some E6000. I unscrewed the base from the rod, then measured from below the gasket to the bottom, and got a general idea of the diameter of the rod. Now I gotta find something to do that with. So I ran around and grabbed a bunch of things that I was willing to sacrifice to the cause to see if maybe they'd be the right fit. These silicone straws look perfect, but sadly it fit the inside and I need the outside measurement. I thought of using a 1/2-inch wooden dowel because the fit was really close, so I marked it to cut, but it isn't my first choice to make a cut that small. This is a backup plan. I pulled out some cardboard, traced the rod, and cut out that circle. It kind of fit, but it was pretty janky around the edges and would have been way too big anyway. And then I knew just what to use: air dry clay. I rolled it out and got the general shape. I made a second one off camera and let them dry overnight. And the next morning, I prepped the molds.
A cup of coffee in the morning, and I get the paper. I check the headlines and decide that I am bored. I check my email and I decide to answer later. Another cup of coffee and I drag myself to work. My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep, and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. I'm sitting there at work and I realized I forgot to wake up. I can't be productive when I'm dreaming about a sheep. I go upstairs and get myself another cup of coffee. I get downstairs and then I spill it on the floor.
That's about as good as she's gonna get at this point, and this is all an experiment to see if it even works anyway, so one YouTube second for you, about 10 or 15 minutes for me. I'm gonna go get all the concrete mixed up and we'll get back in here to pour. I've mixed and poured concrete a bunch of times on my channel. So I won't go into detail here. I'll link to a few of those videos down in the description and at the end of this vid. I stirred everything up until it was mostly smooth, then slowly poured it into my mold. Which, by the way, I totally forgot to turn on the camera for, so like I said, check out those other videos for your satisfying pour moment. I repeated the process for the second lamp base in my second upcycled plastic mold. Then I put everything into plastic bags to help slow down the curing process. And I also spritz the tops with water as the concrete starts to set. I'll do that for about an hour every, 5 or 6 minutes, and then I leave everything to fully dry. Okay, here goes nothing. Everything cured enough to demold in about 2 hours for the smaller pieces and 4 or so hours for the lamp bases. I was really curious how the plastic wrapped clay held up as my plug. That's fun. I don't think I'm gonna get to save this one. No, I don't think so, because there's that lip. Alright, well, let's get the X-Acto knife and kick it. I'm gonna start out trying clay tools. I've got my clay drill right here. I grabbed my clay tools and spent about 10 minutes boring the clay out of the concrete. In the future, I won't use the plastic wrap. I thought that would be smart because it would help it release better, but when the concrete put off its exothermic reaction, I think it slightly melted the wrap, causing it to mold to the concrete a little bit. Kinda wondered if that would happen, and it did. I just used a bunch of different tools until I scraped out most traces of clay and plastic from the hole, and I finished everything up off camera. I did a quick dry fit just to make sure, and by some miracle of all miracles, it actually fit in both bases. So I completely forgot to screed the tops off the jewelry molds, and that left quite a bulbous little mess. While the bases sat to acclimate for a minute, I get to sanding those smaller pieces, starting with these squares that I want to turn into earrings. I'm not gonna lie, by the time I got them leveled out and the hole punched through with the teeniest drill bit you've ever seen, I realized I should be doing this in the garage. Too much dust. And once again, like a true pro, I didn't film any of it. But that's probably okay. They really didn't sand down very well, and it's such a small amount of concrete, I'm just planning to pour some new ones at some point. My last step was to pick which base I wanted to use and mount this lamp rod with some E6000. And when I finished it, that finished off this high-end inspired concrete table lamp. Probably noticed a distinct lack of night pictures in the beauty shots, and that's because my bulbs didn't arrive in time. If they ever show up, I'll share some night pictures over on Instagram. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe here if you haven't done that yet. According to YouTube, about 70% of our viewers aren't subscribed, so don't wait. Click that little red button today. Let me know below how you think this turned out. I'm actually really happy with it, and I might make another at some point in the future. You know, for a little symmetry. That's all I've got for you today. Okay, thanks for watching. Later, peeps.